Somnus, X-Nova, and FY getting taken down in that fight.
They were able to get the control, and the important thing is, too, again, I mean, I don't want to keep talking about Willow, but Jabs, with this Bedlam, he goes in, he forces the gyro down to like half HP. He causes the whole team to follow him, and then his team was actually able to kill the gyrocopter because of it.
Jabs. He's playing around here with the Monkey King.
Look at his damage.
Look at him go. That's the BKB charge, so he's got to pop it.
Jabs, though, now might actually get picked off because of it. The nullifier comes out. Ame says, nope.
There we go.
But they will probably...
Getting shaken up big time in this game 2, where they did have quite a comfortable lead, but this execution of team fight from Mineski is seemingly unparalleled.
It's really a lot about this control. Every single time this terrorized, they don't want to use their BKBs, and it's catching them, pushing them out of the fights, and allowing Mineski to either re-engage or actually burst down these targets.
Let's have a look at it again. This
swap by Boogie. And then look, you see the Wukong camp comes out, but then they both get hit by the fear.
I mean, look
and
at
look at Ame, gets pushed out of his ultimate, and they're able to disengage.
That terrorize literally coming from off the screen.
I was mentioning that the other day, right? We were watching a Naga Siren game, and we saw it. We were like, wow, terrorize can actually pretty much. Ninja
5
Boogie.
minutes, they've got the swap.
The Lotus Orb.
The swap. All about this high ground defense. From LGD now, they've lost that tier 3 top, so Shrines are exposed.
That experience lead now too for Mineski is getting pretty crazy. Jabs almost has a Hex finished up now too on this Willow. Still with Aegis as well as that Refresher Shard, and even this, I mean, Ice has a heart on top now too. Gonna be going for a pipe next. How are they gonna? I mean, he doesn't have the armor, but he's got 4,000 health. How about just extending the duration of those team fights?
Running into quite the game. Medivh coming out to 50 minutes in.
How are the levels doing? We've got 5 level 25, so Tiny, 3 toss charges, even more control for Mineski to not allow those BKBs to come off, or the cheeses. And Somnus now queues up 4 Divine Rapiers, by the way, on the gyrocopter.
I mean, I like
he really wants it.
This is the Havos build, I believe. If Somnus can get those items out, I think just a little bit more fun. Just a little.
Yeah. I mean, he's got no buyback, so still about 5 minutes for the majority of those. 4. Five minutes.
Having to be very careful how they do choose to take the fights now, as these last sort of 2 or 3 have proven to be quite an issue for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're LGD, what is sort of the ideal scenario in taking these fights? It seems so hard when there's sort of Ninja Boogie and Jabs on the backlines with multiple ways to shake the fight up.
I think actually trying to kill Jabs, maybe just initiating on this Willow, because his terrorizers are putting in way too much work to disengage or re-engage the fights. But Ice is just playing in that front line. They know it, where LGD. They've been pinging them out constantly. LGD does have the ward advantage at the moment, though, so they do see Mineski.
The LGD really want to try and fight this. jump up, and they jump back down. They are very hesitant about getting stuck in. They really want to try and make sure that Somnus can farm up at least one rapier.
Yeah, they know there's no Aegis. Just still, but there's the refresher shard on the OD.
Size. Getting in on the front, knows that he doesn't really have much to fear. X-Nova trying to go, but moves straight in with a two-man avalanche out of the combo. Burst down X-Nova. The Wuko's command is out. Sanity's is dropped. Somnus falling low, but he gets the heal back up to full. Looking towards Ice Army. Prioritizing this underlord. Can he kill him up with the Wukos? He can. They've taken 3 from Mineski. They've done it in terms of getting that gyro away. 90 seconds. No buyback as it's still on. Cooldown for 2 minutes. These little plays absolutely adding up here for Mineski.
Yeah, and this time around, now there's also a DD for Mineski. Chalice?
Linked into Moon there. Has managed to slide himself away, but
Moose has got the Hex.
They've got the Hex. The little pig is trying to firefly his way over the roach pit, but he's not going to make it. Chalice gone. He does have buyback. But that's the gem taken into the hands of Ninja Boogie. LGD will have to hold at a minimum with at least 3 of them, and Chalice will buy back for this one.
60 seconds till gyro's up.
How much can Mineski take from them? Double damage, Tiny ready to touch your buildings.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just, 350 damage a hit. Do they have the control?
Arme gets the BKB Wuko's command off. They've got the 2-man balance strike as well. The Lasso's what? Holding the place. Ice ready to take the moment. Says, boys, we're out of here, but Ninja Boogie, you will die. The Venge will fall, but Ice does. Just managed to get the rest of them out.
But they actually went to the creep wave. They're looking to re-engage, but jabs now.
The Bedlam playing around with them, quickly turning Moon, gets the 2-man avalanche, nullified damage. Jabs is still alive for now. They found the root, the Hex, they've got the bat. Chalice gone for 100, no buyback available. Arme jumping himself away. As you say, with that rift, keeping them in range to re-engage, gets them the kill onto the Batrider, down for 90 seconds. 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
They threw absolutely everything on him there.
Quite a huge threat eliminated from the map.
Mineski, though, they're looking to take a fight even though the Underlord is dead. They actually use the smoke from inside the pit.
It could catch them off guard. LGD may not expect this sort of play to come out.
The wraparound
is going to be back up literally a few seconds. LGD, they are preparing to go for it, but can Mineski find a big move with this one? Will LGD expect the 4-man play? There's the jump. Moon commits. They're straight away onto F5 with the tosses. They've got one. Moon pops the BKB, but so does Chalice. Chalice able to live for now. Arme getting combo, but he's able to turn. Get the life steal. Battle strike. Another fire. Mushi's in. Gets Arme. Arme buys back straight away in towards the pit. Jabs focusing down Somnus. BKB's out from Mushi. He turns.
It's
they
the
have
rapier.
the detection. They've got it. The rapier hits the deck. No jab for 100 seconds. Rapier on the Willow.
They give it a jabs because he's almost level 25.
I mean, it's no joke at all.
When
and
he
that's
gets
an ultra kill for Mushi as he picks up X-Nova on the side. Buyback from FY. But there's 3 dead on LGD without buyback.
Ame's in vision right now. He might actually get caught. The Hex comes out.
Jabs. He's got a rapier. You don't want to mess around with this boy. And jump in from Mushi. They'll get themselves everybody out.
The ward on the high ground there from the smoke plate when they wrapped around.
They didn't expect that at all.
And now Jabs level 25, 200 attack speed with the rapier.
Making that play with ice out. Ways to shake the fight up.
I think actually trying to kill Jabs. Maybe he's just initiating on this Willow because his terrorizers are putting in way too much work to disengage or re-engage the fights.
And off the map, LGD.
But Ice is just playing in that front line.
For a moment
they know
expect this
where LGD
four-man to come in with the force that they did. Mineski.
The instant swap again to
now both sets of Rex Mineski. LGD, no intention of fighting without the Monkey King. In fact, they'll back away from the range tracks. They do not want to be caught around.
Yes, they've been pinging them out constantly. LGD does have the ward advantage at the moment, though. So they do see Mineski.
The LGD really want to try and fight this. Jump. Down. When the 5-man is back up on LGD.
No risk. Their buybacks are up in about a minute on the side of Mineski.
Very
at least for their tiny
getting
OD.
stuck in. They go into the pit. Mineski. Can LGD get here in time? LGD are heading straight over for the scan. Mineski know this movement's coming in.
They're going to look for the fight.
They really want to try and make sure the Somnus can farm up at least one rapier.
Yeah, they know there's no age.
They come out of the pit. They do not want to get caught out by the combo of LGD. Fighting with that Wukong's command in mind around the pit can certainly be quite an ordeal.
Ice still has a Dominator creep in the base. He actually killed the range racks because of it, so they're pinging it out too, so maybe they could look for some type of rift play onto it. He's actually looking to just grab the creep wave here.
Oh no. Poor old creep. He did so much for the side, but now he will fall. We'll never forget him.
He got a range racks, man. That's a pretty good... Good.
Bands Nova. Arme turns the Eon just popped. Jabs will survive. Buyback from X-Nova as he looks to get back at Arme. Jumps in the midst of the talk. The BKB's there available. He looks towards the OD. Can he get Mushi time? No, Ice looking to take Mushi. Oh, Ice gets them out. Whew. Somnus. He has that rapier, but he's just been caught out. Chalice, can he save it?
But there's the refresher shard on the OD.
Ice. Getting in on the front. Knows he doesn't really have much to fear. X-Nova trying to go, but moves straight in with a 2-man avalanche on the combo. Burst down X-Nova. Avalanche goes through. They've lost the rapier. It's on the decks. Arme jumps in. The toss. Move.
The control.
Arme getting control. He's dead. They just jump in and offer their lives up for free. LGD. That's 4 dead. The Wukong's command is without buyback. Somnus falling low, but he gets the heal back. LGD taking a step towards LGD. They can't fight back after that one.
Oh.
What a game. Tight army, prioritizing this underlord. Can he kill him off with the whip? He can! They've taken 3 from Mineski. Mineski, ladies and gentlemen, have just made it to the grand finals here at the DAC Major. And in what a game as well. Everything, the rapiers, the plays.
The play by these supports. I mean, Ninja
Jabs
Boogie
and
swapped.
Ninja Boogie, honestly.
Jabs with the control. Jabs may have just put it out there to get a reasoning for this Willow to get nerfed, to be honest with you. He was all over the place to his terrorizes. The damage he was able to dish out in those situations. Holy crap, Mineski.
Ninja Boogie is going to be feeling on top of the world after bringing a performance like that in a game that matters so much. Top 2 guaranteed here.
Every little thing. Every little thing, though. Like, even the Dark Rift, Ice kept bailing out his teammates every single time. Gets so tanky. LGD, just a couple mistakes and maybe. He really started to get shut down at one point. He started to struggle. Those like 2 back-to-back deaths before he was able to get the rapier really set him back. The control coming out from Mineski was absolutely insane.
Absolutely. What a day it has been here for Southeast Asia. I tell you what, TNC...
Force nuclear bomb, right? It's not even lightning. It's like that next level. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
I think it was, you know, Mineski, at the end of the day, they did manage to win this game too, but I'm glad at least we got to see some of the strength of LGD. I think they took a massive lead early game. First of all, they had better choices in the laning phase, similar to the way that Mineski set themselves up for success in game 1. But in general, they just out-rotated the hell out of Mineski in a lot of that early to mid-game, and is what the reason that they were able to get themselves off to such a great lead.
Should they have won this, Jack?
They certainly had opportunities. I think a couple rough plays down the stretch. When you get to that point in the game, obviously any death or any dieback is especially tricky. So Ame was, you know, there's a tough situation there as well. But going back to the Willow, again, you're talking about usually you need 4 or 5 slots plus a rapier to deal the damage that this hero does. But with Willow, you just need the skill point, and so.
The thing. Just because you didn't do your prep before you got here, Cap, there's no need to like pass it off.
You're right. I'm sorry. I should have looked into the team logos more. My bad. But yeah, I think I agree with everything that Jack said. I think you know, LGD, some part of it will loop back into the Dark Willow in a way, in that we'll say that I think LGD sometimes misread the strength of this hero, as we've seen before in some of the matches against this Dark Willow, where a core like Gyrocopter or Monkey King thinks they're in a stronger position than they actually are challenged by the Dark Willow, who goes in the Shadow Realm, deals so much magic damage, and whether the BKB early on wasn't available to them yet, or later on would be on cooldown, you would see how the Dark Will would be able to change some of these fights despite LGD actually having quite the net worth lead. And then we get down to the stretch where things are a lot more even, that Mineski aren't losing the game. It's actually a 50-50, and then it just comes down to certain decision making. And I think Mineski, that's where they really shine. They look fantastic. They played so many of these team fights in and out very well. They used the Dark Rift, so many different situations. They had great terrorizes. They played around each other really well. There were so many swap combinations that they went into, or instantly like blink away from an initiation, or some sort of save swap from Ninja Boogie. Honestly, I think Mineski looked like a fantastic Grand Finals team.
Yeah, they did.
I liked the OD and the Tiny also played excellent. I think every core player really just kind of showed up, and they're just on form. You can see they're playing with confidence, and even though that game looked a bit grim, anytime a Monkey King gets a game that good, he actually farms about on pace, maybe even surpassing like an Anti-Mage. And you saw Ame just climb the net worth charts, but they played well around the fights. There was a couple costly buybacks into diebacks, and then all of a sudden, Mineski takes the game.
Also, targeting was pretty rough, where we kept on seeing them try and go for the Underlord.
All right, we're going to hear from Mushi now on stage. Jack, if you wouldn't mind with the translation.
It's hard. You feel after mid to late game, what did you do well? What did you handle well? I think our understanding of the lineup is pretty good. I felt like our late game was a little bit easier to play. So we resolved to just defend and hold our ground. We were stable and we were able to eventually win. You've been known as the best OD in SCA. I feel like you're professional, your play and stats has been getting better and better. Do you think that you're playing OD better or worse than that period of time when you're known as SCA's best? I have my own unique understanding of this hero. So when we pick it, it feels comfortable, very comfortable for me. So since it's a secret, we won't ask you. Next question. You're 9th place in the current DPC standings. Since you're guaranteed top 2, you have a lot of big rise there. Do you guys think you'll be able to win this championship? I never thought we'd be playing this well or be in the grand finals. We've always taken it one game at a time, one series at a time, but as far as points go, at first, we were just getting into a minor first, and then we won a minor, and then we kept losing, and I stopped looking at the DPC standings after that. So if we win, obviously we should be able to get into TI one game at a time.